Welcome back, students. Till now we have studied about the landforms which are occurring due to the running water. Now we will see the landforms which are occurring due to the groundwater. So first of all we will see what is groundwater and how it is forming the landforms. Then after that we will see these types of landforms. So students, when the surface water it seepages down, means when it percolated into permeable rocks, it is known as the groundwater. The seepage of water undergroundly, it is known as the groundwater. So students, the water under the ground, it flows horizontally through the bedding planes, means the underground water, when it is seepage down the earth surface, and because the rocks are horizontal under the water in the form of horizontally, so it is floating there in a horizontal way, okay, on the bedding planes. The groundwater that deposits many things, okay, and even the erosional landforms are occurring due to the groundwater. So students, the groundwater develops varieties of landforms, different kinds of landforms which are forming due to the groundwater. Why so? Because the groundwater forming different type of landforms in the different type of soft rocks. The soft rocks like limestones and the dolomite as well, because these rocks are very soft, so that's why the groundwater is seepage inside of that rocks and forming different kind of landforms. So students, here I'm providing you few landforms which are occurring due to the groundwater. Then after that we will study these landforms with the help of picture. So students, the groundwater is forming mainly two type of landforms. These are erosional landforms and the depositional landforms. The erosional landforms are forming when the groundwater is percolated inside of the rocks. That time when it is cutting the rocks, that time it is forming these five type of erosional landforms. These are pools, sinkholes, lapis, limestone pavement, and the caves. And students, when the groundwater is depositing inside of the rocks, so that time it is framing three types of landforms. These are stalactites, second stalagmites, and the third is pillars. So now with the help of pictures we will see what are these activities. So students, pool are the landforms which are small to medium sized, round to subrounded, shallow depressions, and these are also known as the shallow holes. If we talk about the sinkholes, these are very common in limestone or the karst area. A sinkhole is an opening more or less circular at the top and funnel shaped toward the bottom, with sizes varying in area from a few square meter to a hectare, and with depth from a less than half a meter to 30 meters or more. Students, gradually most of the surface of the limestone is eaten away by these pits and trenches, leaving it extremely irregular with a maze of points, grooves, and ridges or lapis. Especially these ridges or lapis form due to the differential solution activity along parallel to subparallel joints. The lapi field may eventually turn into somewhat smooth limestone pavements. So here we can say the lapis are later they are changing into the limestone as well. So let's see what are the caves. So students, what are the caves? In areas where there are alternating beds of rocks with limestone or dolomite in between, or in areas where limestone are dense, massive, and occurring as thick beds, cave formation is prominent. Water percolates down either through the materials or through cracks and joints and moves horizontally along bedding planes. It is along these bedding planes that the limestone dissolves, and long and narrow to wide gaps called cave. Now students, let's see what are the depositional landforms, in which first we will see what are the stalactite and the stalagmites. Okay. Students, there are many depositional landforms which are developed within the limestone caves. The chief chemical in limestone is calcium carbonate, which is easily soluble in carbonated water. The calcium carbonate is deposited when the water carrying it in solution evaporates or loses its carbon dioxide as it trickles over rough rock surface. Students, if the stalactites and the stalagmites are forming by a same activity, so what is the difference between there? First of all, we will see what are the stalagmites. The stalagmites grow from the floor, while the stalactites grow from the roof. That is the first difference. And the second is stalagmites are having the broad base, but the stalactites are having a narrow base. If we talk about the stalagmites, these are formed due to evaporation of water. And if we talk about the stalactites, these are formed due to condensation. Students, the stalagmites are having a broad edges, but the stalactites are having sharp edges. Students, if we talk about two more features of the depositional activities by the groundwater, that these are columns and pillars. So the stalagmites in future can be shaped as a column, and the stalactites eventually fuse to give rise to column and pillar as well, of different diameters. Differences between stalactites and the stalagmites. So students, here the groundwater and its landforms are complete. Hope you understood it. In our next video, we will study more landforms which are occurring due to the different weathering activities, in which we will study the glaciers and the landforms which are occurring due to the glacier activities. So, for that, keep watching SST Zone.